Hey guys, welcome back to Making with Z. In this video I'm going to talk about my 16-cylinder Stirling engine. This is a hot air external combustion engine, and actually the video is supposed to be how it runs and everything to show you, but I've been having a lot of trouble with the engine, mostly because of the fuel source, the little butane tank on here. And let me bring you guys in for a closer look and I'll show you some of the details and the problems that I'm having. Alright, let's get going. So here's a closer look at the engine. You can see in the back end here is the nozzle assembly. If you're looking here, those are nozzles, 8 nozzles that are supposed to burn and heat up these cylinders. And as these cylinders get hot, they transfer hot air to the front cylinders, and as it cools, the air goes back and it goes back and forth in a cycle, which should start everything turning. Usually it does work. In the middle here you can see a swash plate assembly that kind of times everything. It's really a nice, well built. I mean, overall it looks good. Pretty impressive looking engine. Now the problem that I'm having are these butane cylinders. So I've already gone, this is my third one. Looks like what they did is they took a lighter and just converted it over so they can attach the line, the fuel line, to a distributor back here that distributes the butane to each of the nozzles. What's happening to me on the first one worked the best, worked for a while and it just stopped working. So you can see I cut it off to see what's inside, how this works. There's an adjustment needle, and you can see here where it sticks out. I don't know how well you can see it. Which you can turn to the left counterclockwise to give you more flame, to the right to give you less. No matter what I did, I could not get fuel to come out of this thing, and at one point I turned it too far. If you go too far, this thing comes out, and it actually under pressure kind of boom launched it out of the assembly. So be careful there, you can turn them too far. So this latest one I got from EngineDIY. It wasn't a lot, but it's working, but not well. And I'll show you in the video here. It just uses the fuel up too fast, doesn't generate enough heat, and I think there's something going on with my nozzles. They're just not burning correctly. So if you have one of these and have some ideas or have some suggestions if you run into this problem, let me know. So here's a view of it from the back. You can see normally this butane cylinder is just bolted on over here, and actually the line goes the other way, but it sits back here. But like I said, I've just had so many problems with this that it's just not working, so I kind of moved it out of the way. So let's get some measurements on the engine. If you're thinking about getting one of these, it measures right about 8 inches, a little over 8 inches from end to end. The base is also a little under 8 inches long and about 4 inches deep on the base. The engine part of it is from here to the nose cone, probably 5.5 inches, and the burner assembly is about 2.5 inches long. The diameter across these tubes, you're roughly about 2 inches 5/36, and the prop itself, the propeller on it, is about 5.25 diameter. From the table, to the very top, somewhere, let's say around there, is probably 4 3/4 tall. Let's see if we can do it with the tape measure. Yeah, about 4 3/4 tall. These pistons are about 3/14 diameter. Front and rear about the same. The tubes, they're about a 118, 119 diameter tubes. And pretty much those are all the relevant dimensions. the back burner assembly. About 2 inches, 3/88, somewhere around there. So let's go ahead and try running the engine the way it's supposed to be run. With this butane cylinder, what you have to do is pull the trigger in like you would the lighter, and then there's this knob here that locks it in so the fuel comes out. So then we'll go ahead and try to light it. And it is burning, but not hot enough, so I'm going to try to adjust it here. Give it just a little bit more. Okay, so now it needs to heat up hot enough to start turning the propeller. So we'll give it a try here. So the burners, it is getting hot. If you can see, it's turning red in the back. It's getting hotter. That's normal. So here it's starting to run, but it's still not really hot enough. And I'm using up the butane pretty quick here. And just making it any more makes it worse. So let's see here. We got it to run a little bit, but it should run much faster, more RPMs. So let's see if I shake it a little, if it helps. So these butane cylinders are giving me the problems. This is my third one now. The first one worked the best. It worked for a little while. This third one, it's working, but you can see I just don't have enough heat, and I'm almost out of butane. So we are running now, but like I said, this isn't, it should run much higher RPM. So I can't get it really to work well with the butane torch and the torches on there. So I'm going to go to plan B and try my Bernzomatic propane torch. So let's give it a try. I know I'm not going to be able to heat it all the way around evenly, but at least it should get it going. So this is the butane that I'm using. I'm not sure where I found it, but it's this neon lighter butane. It's nice because it has this metal tip versus the Bernzomatic. I also have that, it's got a plastic tip, and this one tends to leak more than the other one. And this one also came with a cap that has a bunch of adapters on it, so you could adapt it to different things. So it works well. I'm not sure where I got it, but I prefer this one over the Bernzomatic. So what also happened to me when I was trying this is, many attempts here to keep it running, so I tried to refuel while it was hot. Now what I did, and be careful if you're doing this, I was pushing this on here and I didn't realize that somehow there was enough heat to cause a problem. So I didn't have it pushed on square. I tilted it a little bit, and butane squirted out all over the engine, all over the table, and literally I had a flame, very high flame, and the table, and actually the end of the thing was also lit. It was like a candle. Luckily, butane evaporates very quickly, and all the flames went out, within seconds, or it was very quick. So thanks for watching the video. If you have any ideas of different types of fuel sources, fuel tanks that could be used, or if you have any ideas, it's probably most likely something wrong with the nozzles. I know they do sell replacement ones, and there's probably a reason for that. So hopefully you got a little view of it. Unfortunately, it didn't run the way I would expect, but I'll see what I can do in the future here. Maybe modify the rear with a different fuel source and different type of torches on there. So again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to the channel if you're interested in these kinds of things, or just machine tools, hobby things, RC, things like that. So hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks.